God let you love the wrong person first for a reason. Have you ever whispered through tears, "God, why did you let me love someone who would only hurt me?" You loved deeply, you gave your all, you believed they were the one, and now you're standing in the ruins of what once felt like forever, wondering how love could turn into heartbreak so quickly. But hear me, God didn't let that person leave to punish you. He let them leave to protect you. Because sometimes, before He gives you peace, He has to remove what disturbed it. What feels like the end of your story is often just the beginning of your becoming. You asked, why would God allow this? But the truth is, He saw what you couldn't. He saw that their words sounded right, but their spirit wasn't aligned. He saw the moments you ignored, the small red flags you painted white, just to keep them. Proverbs 19:21 reminds us, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." You had a plan for them, but God had a purpose for you, one that couldn't survive in that relationship. You prayed for it to work. You begged God not to take them away. But sometimes God's greatest mercy is an unanswered prayer. He closes doors you're still knocking on because He knows what's behind them would destroy your peace. Psalm 119:71 says, "It was good for me to be afflicted so that I might learn your decrees." It doesn't mean the pain was good, but that what it produced in you was priceless. Through heartbreak, you learn to stop chasing validation and start craving wholeness. You learn that love without peace is not love, it's bondage. The wrong person reveals what still needs healing. They mirror your insecurities. They expose the fears you thought you buried. But that's not cruelty, that's clarity. God allowed your heart to attach to what wasn't right so you'd finally recognize what is. 1 John 4:18 says, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear." If it made you anxious, if it made you doubt your worth, if it constantly required you to shrink just to be accepted, it wasn't love. Real love reflects the peace of God. It brings stability, not storms. It draws you closer to Him, not further away. Maybe you thought that person was your forever, but they were just the lesson that led you back to the author of forever. Isaiah 30:18 says, "Yet the Lord longs to be gracious to you. Therefore, He will rise up to show you compassion." God's delay isn't neglect, it's compassion disguised as timing. He let you taste the wrong kind of love so you'd never again settle for imitation. He let you experience inconsistency so you'd hunger for something eternal. Every tear you cried became a seed, and Psalm 126:5 promises, "Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy." God will not waste a single tear. He's turning your heartbreak into healing, your pain into purpose, your loss into lesson. When the right person comes, you'll know. They won't make you question your value, they'll remind you of it. They won't just say they love you, they'll show you by how they love God. They won't compete with your calling, they'll complement it. Ephesians 3:20 says, "Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine." What God has planned for your heart is greater than the person who broke it. His version of love will restore every place that pain destroyed. So, don't curse the heartbreak. Don't despise the delay, because the delay is your deliverance. You thought you were waiting on them, but God was waiting on you to realize that His no was never rejection. It was redirection. It was preparation. He had to break your heart open so He could fill it with Himself. He had to empty your hands so you'd finally lift them in surrender. Now you can see what you couldn't before, that it was never just about who left, but about who's been with you all along. When God heals your heart, He doesn't patch it up, He rebuilds it. He makes it stronger, softer, and wiser, so that next time you love not from fear or loneliness, but from overflow, from a place already whole. And one day, when you look back, you'll thank Him for not giving you what you asked for, because His plan was so much better than your prayer. You'll realize that God never took love from you. He simply removed the version that was holding you back. So breathe. Let Him heal what they mishandled. Let Him right what you tried to rush. Because when His timing comes, it will make sense. Every unanswered prayer, every lonely night, every tear that hit your pillow, it's all part of the story He's writing. And when the right love arrives, you'll recognize it instantly, not because it feels perfect, but because it carries peace. Take a moment right now and thank God, not just for what He gave, but for what He took away. Because sometimes His greatest act of love is letting something end so your healing can begin. He didn't let them break your heart to hurt you. He let it break it so He could save it. If this spoke to your heart, share it with someone who's still waiting to understand why it ended. And remember, sometimes God removes what you wanted so He can make room for what you need. Don't forget to like and subscribe.